Hello everyone. Welcome to one of the most interesting session and one of the most sought after topic of this century, and which is machine learning. So why machine learning? This machine learning is the red hot topic for today. They want to know machine learning because it has got huge impact, and we are going to know about this topic and going to learn why people are more interested in knowing this topic. So before we get to know about this topic, let's have a quick round of introduction about my background. I am Krish and I am having 10 plus years of experience in the corporate world, and I have worked in projects involving different kind of solutions, business solutions, be it machine learning or deep learning or consulting. Okay, now let us see what all things we are going to cover in this session. So we are going to understand what is this machine learning, and next we are going to cover what is the applications of machine learning or where we can use this machine learning. We are going to know what is machine learning and what is deep learning. Next we are going to understand what is data, what is the different types of data that is available, and what are variables. And last we are going to cover structured and unstructured data. So let us start with what is machine learning. So machine learning, as I told you earlier, is one of those topics which is, it's like a piece of hot cake, where not only organizations but students want to know these technologies. Companies want to hire people who are well versed with this technology. So why this is has become hot topic of discussion? Because in machine learning is used in our day-to-day life, and machine learning is one thing which we cannot live without, because it has got huge potential not only for organization but for research and development as well. Now the machine learning is the technology, and a person who knows machine learning or who uses this technology, we call that as a data scientist. So in short, we can say data scientists are those people who knows machine learning. So data scientist is one of those those career options where people are looking to forward to. And like, be it having you are a fresher or be it you are an experience having 10 plus years or 15 plus years of experience, people and candidates just want to migrate their career into data science and become a data scientist, because it has got huge number of benefits. Like in terms of salaries, the average salary of fresher for the data scientist is around, starts with 6 lakhs, which is quite higher compared to other industries and other profiles. The education, you can say most of the data scientists have 80% of the people have a master's degree. Okay, and there are people almost say 41% who have a PhD. So education plays a major role for a data scientist. Like, to become a data scientist you must have a good educational background, not only about graduation but at least you should have a master's degree. And since this profile is highly paid, so that's why there is huge number of responsibilities for a data scientist. Like for example, they it's not only about giving a doing an analysis and giving a solution. It's like giving an end-to-end solution where the business looks up to a data scientist to give a solution. They will just tell you the problem and you have to give them end-to-end solution. So that's why it's a very critical role, the role of a data scientist. These are people who are just problem solvers and building like automation tools which like reduces the manual efforts. The for a data scientist is the bridge between the business and the coders, between the business and the developers. Like when I talk about a data scientist, they not only work on like advanced analytics or in machine learning, but they are responsible for three things. First is how the data architecture is done, or creating the responsible for the data architecture. Then even it then about the next thing, the next chunk, which is the major part, is about building the models using machine learning or doing some analysis using machine learning. And the third part is how you're deploying the model. So from scratch till finish, that's the role of a data scientist. And that is why, because they have got huge responsibility under their shoulders, they are highly paid in the industry. So this the compensation which I'm talking about is of a fresher, and this is the minimum which a data scientist get, and the max is, you can just imagine. Okay, it is one of the most growing careers. Like every organization has got a data science division where they are understanding the importance of having a data scientist or having analytics or machine learning in their organization. So that's why the number of jobs has increased a lot compared to other years. Career possibilities, yes, with the growth in technologies, more data scientists, they are coming with high advanced solutions. Okay, it's, and not only it's limited to a couple of domains, but it is, we can data science or data scientists can be huge helpful to any other industry. Okay, so there is huge immense potential for this type of profile. The skill set, yes, for a data scientist they should have huge number of skill sets, and it is not only limited to knowing some of the machine learning tools like R, Python or SAS. They should have data languages like SQL, Hive. So all these technologies they should have knowledge. Okay, in terms of visualization, they should have a good knowledge about them, about machine learning, about the arithmetic part, and about statistics. So all these things combine and become a data scientist. So that is the reason, because in order, when you are facing the business, when you are giving the business an end-to-end solution, you should have, first thing is you should have a good knowledge of the business, you should have good knowledge of the domain, and also with that you should have got clear visibility of the about the data and how the data is looking like, or what the data is saying. And post that you will be able to give some solution to the business. So in order to get that, so that is the reason of the demand of a data scientist. It's a full stack developer of is the role of a data scientist, where you go to any business or go in any organization, the business will just call a data scientist. That means most of my problem are solved, or I will get some benefits from this data. Or like for example, my business is not growing or not going on well, so I will reach out to a data scientist, share my numbers, share my data, and they will give me a solution based on which I will definitely see some improvement in my business. So that's all about data scientist. Okay, so I have also spoken about the skill set of our data scientist. Now let me talk in detail of what are the skills required to become a data scientist. Yes, the data scientist should have good technical knowledge about one of the tools, be it Python, be it SAS, be it R, or be it Scala. So programming language, so these are required, because without these you cannot use the machine learning technologies. So you must have, and if possible knows not only one but couple of the tools which are used in machine learning. So these are the tools which are used presently, but there are other tools which are still in the development phase, and very soon we can see them in the market. So technical skill set is required, but you should not stay stipulated with these tools only. With the growth in technology and with growth in tools, you have to change and keep on moving from one tool to the other. So that's the future what's of a data scientist is going to be. Then is about knowledge of statistics and a knowledge of machine learning. So in order to understand what is your business problem and which approach will work in that business problem for that ideal case, you should have a very good understanding of statistics, so that based on the results which you are getting using the machine learning concepts, you are able to interpret the results, and based on that you can explain it to the business. So okay, this is the strategy, or this is the solution where you should apply, or this is the thing that you should apply. Like for example, I have a e-commerce business, and my I'm losing business because each year my sales are going down. So you share my data, and I find, like, based on the data initial analysis, like I've become a data scientist, so they have hired me. So what, I'll just study the data, and based on that I find out, like, people are not visiting the sites regularly, or like they have got a very high churn rate in this website, because of which they are losing business. So I would definitely suggest, bring up some reward system or loyalty system in their website, or some discount system, so that the churn rate is reduced. If your churn rate is reduced, you will find your business will start growing, and there will be very less chances of losses when you reduce the churn rate. So this is one of the solution which you can think of for a data scientist. Okay, so for a data scientist, domain shouldn't be specific. Like, I am working on pharma, or I am working on e-commerce, I should be specialized in that. No, nothing. That's not going to help you. You should be cross functional. You should know or have knowledge about different domains, because for a data scientist, problem is doesn't come from one of the domains, it comes from different or multiple domains. So you should have a cross functional knowledge about different domains. Okay, and you should have a understanding of about different analytical functions or analytical tools, and also have a good knowledge of the visualization tools as well. And lastly, as I told you, you should have a good knowledge about the data architecture. Like for example, SQL, which is one of the database language, you should have a very good understanding about that as well, because being a data scientist, you have, or you will be responsible to fetching the data from the source, and from data you will start building the model or doing an analysis. So that is the reason you should have a very good knowledge with SQL or any other, or the database languages which are there in the market. Okay, so why machine learning is so important? Because we say, like, machine learning is hugely important, because we can do n number of solution, or we can think of any problem, and machine learning has a solution to that. Be it start from, like, for example, not only it's limited to your smartphones. You look at any you pick up anything, you see machine learning is there and will always be there. So organization cannot think without using machine learning in their day-to-day, or individual cannot think without using machine learning in their day-to-day life. And we are also not aware, like, that the back end machine learning is being used. That is the backbone based on which we are making more data driven decision, and we are, our life has become so simple. Like for example, you are using a smartphone. So why that mobile is called a smartphone? Because at the back end, machine learning algorithms are there which are going in, and which you are not aware of. Like for example, your mobile phone has got a pattern lock, or a facial lock, or a fingerprint lock. So you set the password, and whenever you try some other pattern or some other face, your mobile doesn't open. So how this technology is working? So again, machine learning is definitely is there at the back end, which is just doing this thing. So there is immense potential in this machine learning which we can think of. Okay, so what is so machine learning? As you can see from this picture, a machine is learning from reading the book. So how machine learning learns? A machine learns from historic or previous data. Based on that it learns, and based on the historic data which it has learned, it's tried to predict on the future outcomes or the future data. So we can say machine learning is that technology which learns from their historic data. It tries to extract different patterns, it tries to extract different information from the historic data, and based on that learning which are received from previous or historic data, it tries to predict the future outcome. That's what machine learning is all about. Like just like a human learns from experience. A child, it learns based on the studies they do or read different books, based on which it is gaining knowledge. And once it grows, and it's based on that learning which he uses or which he learns, based on that it uses it and grows and is able to work in an organization. Similarly, for a machine learning, it learns from different data. So for a human being it is a books, for human being it is about different knowledge at different standards. But for machine learning, for a machine, it learns from different occurrences or different events or different data which it learns, and based on that it gets its learning and tries to predict the future outcomes. So that is about machine learning. Machine learning is that field where we create a program, or we without being explicitly programmed or without putting in much efforts, you create a program which will make our life easier, which will help in predict the future outcomes very easily. So that is all about machine learning. And not only about just making smart decisions or giving out smart outcomes. It's just that based on the historic data, historic patterns, it learns and it predicts. That's all about machine learning. Okay, let's talk about some of the applications there are in with which we are using in our day-to-day life, which are part of machine learning. Like you have heard about Alexa. What does Alexa do? Alexa is like a voice box which has got an interface or a tool where you just tell Alexa, okay Alexa, play my favorite music, and Alexa plays your favorite music which you have selected, or which you mostly watch, or which those music which you frequently hear. So you're just, or for example, if you are asking Alexa what is the score for today's match, and Alexa tells you what's the score. So how this thing is happening? So how if you're just asking you are just asking a tool, you are just asking a physical piece, oh tell me this, and you see Alexa is giving you decisions correctly. So what is happening at the back end? Definitely machine learning is always there, which is trying to decode what you are asking, and based on that it is giving you the answer which it find best suits you. So let me explain you a little in detail. Like I have trained a program based on different text, or like for example my favorite music, what's the score, like n number of solutions I have taught Alexa. So based on these things you are going to take this action. Like if someone asks for score, you go to Google, search and give the score. If someone asks you play my favorite music, you see what is the track which was frequently played, or which is my track which is added as my favorites, and you play that track. So I have set some action points, and based on that I have programmed my model or my program. And whenever I am giving the voice command, that is going click, the action is being taken. That is again part of machine learning. Machine first, it's decodes what I am asking, then it converts into text, and from text it is understand like what the text is meaning, and it gives in returns or takes the action whichever is suitable or which are in similar in nature. So that's all about Alexa, how it performs using machine learning. Okay, one more example, like be it Twitter or be it Facebook. you have your field which tells you like what is the most trending topics or which are the hot news. So how do you think Twitter or Facebook understand like which are the topics that are being trending? So at the back end again, a machine learning algorithm is going on, a machine learning program is going on, which based on different posts and different different profiles, it understands which are the topics which people have searched for, or which are the news people has looked after for and read, and it will give you, so these are the most hot topics for today, or these are the most trending topics for today. Like for example, you have seen in Facebook, like, so these are the hot searches which people are making, or these are the hot news, or which are the trending topics for today. Not only as limited to Facebook or Twitter, and even in YouTube you will get that. So these are the most trending topics. So at the back end again, machine learning is playing a factor based on different profiles, based on different data. Like for example, there are 10 different people who are searching for one of the particular singer. So wanted some news. So and at the back end, yes, machine learning is going on, and based on that it finds out, so this is the topic which people are looking for, and so it gives you in your feed, so this is the most hot topic. Similarly in YouTube also, you'll find like this is the topic where people has played, or this is the most viral video for today, and you get the most trending topic or the most trending video for today. That's how these things happen. At the back end, machine learning is always there. You can think of any kind of thing, and at the back end, machine learning is always playing a role here and there. Okay, so let's now talk about, you buy you do your shopping from your e-commerce website, and whenever you are buying, or whenever you are adding anything in your cart, you get the option, or you get as a pop-up, or be it and just below your cart you find, so these are the topics which people have bought together, or these are the topics which people have so these are the topics which are similar in nature, and which you should buy, or these are the most recommended products for you. So how do you think these things work? Again, this is again part of machine learning. There is a system, there is a program, and there is a type of analysis which we call a recommendation system. It is based on your browsing history, and it is based on the nature how people are buying. Like for example, when I buy a laptop, I make sure I am mostly buying a laptop with a mouse, wireless mouse or Bluetooth mouse, and a headset. So these are some of the things which are most oftenly bought together. So the program understands which are the things which are bought together. Whenever I am going to that website to buy a laptop, it tells me, okay, so this is the thing people has most bought it together, and you'd definitely like to explore, and it would be good if you can buy that as well. So that is again part of machine learning. Or suppose when you are trying to buy any game for your PS3, PS4, or your Xbox, you see, like if you are searching for for action games, you have selected a couple of the games, and you'll find like these are the games which people are browsing, or these are the things which are people are looking for, and it is going to give you back. So that is again part of machine learning, where recommendation system is working. Okay, so one more thing is, like you go to these Netflix or YouTube or Amazon Prime, you get like these are the most watched videos, or these are these are the web series which are hot in demand. So how you're going to understand? So again, machine learning is part of this system which plays an important role to give you these things. One more example which I can talk about is, like for example, when you're searching anything in Google. Okay, so it gives you, like for example, I want to find out petrol pump. Okay, just I type in Indian Oil petrol pump, and what Google gives you in return is, it gives you that location of the petrol pump which is nearer to you. So how do you think? You haven't mentioned anything, you haven't given your, okay, give me my so this is my location, and Google tell me which is the nearest location, or which is the nearest petrol pump near me. Maybe your if your location services are active, it will definitely give you that petrol pump which is nearest to you. So this is again part of machine learning, where based on your location Google understands, so this is the location where you are staying, and when you are looking for a petrol pump, you are always looking for those petrol pump which is nearer to you, and that's the return you are getting. So that is again a smart search which you get in machine learning. Or suppose, like for example, you are typing anything, and it's like four or five words, or 10 four or five words you are trying to search, and by mistake you do some spelling mistake, then you will see always like Google says, did you mean this, or were you referring to this? So this is the thing which you will get in return. So how do you think, like whatever you are searching, it gives you the the correct search results. It's again part of machine learning, because it's again like it understands, if it understands the language, it is called natural language processing. Okay, so it understands, based on that it has got different search history, and it gives you the correct words or the correct results based on their search things which you are doing. So that is again part of machine learning. Be it anything, machine learning is there at the back end. Or there's one more simple thing, like when you're you have your Facebook account, you went to your birthday party of your friend, okay, and you clicked a couple of pictures, and you are uploading those pictures for the first time in your Facebook account. So what you do is, a couple of friends are there, so you start tagging them. Okay, first photo and second photo, and it's done. Maybe after a few days you find like you got a couple of more pictures, you do another friend's birthday party or a small gathering, you went and you click pictures, and wherein you are uploading those pictures, you find those friends like these are there. You'll see like some of the friends are being automatically tagged in your whenever you are uploading the picture. So how do you think that is happening? So this is again a machine learning is working. So where it can talk about facial recognition which is going on, like when you have tagged that person, that program has learned, okay, this with this face, this is this person, and whenever you are uploading a new picture of that person, it will automatically tag that person. This is again part of machine learning. So there is huge and n number of cases you can think of, or you can explore, where you'll find machine learning is playing an important role for these profile, and it is very very interesting, these use cases. So that is the reason companies and candidates are looking to explore this field, and organizations are ready to expire at huge packages these data scientists. One more example which I can talk about is Amazon Go. So Amazon Go is not hasn't opened in India, but in US there are stores of Amazon where there are boom barriers. You just walk into the stores, okay, whatever, based on the different products which are available or in display, you pick any of the products which you have feel like, and you place it in your cart, and you just walk out of the store. Yeah, and you do not have to do anything. You'll find once you walk out from that store, that amount is automatically being deducted. Like for example, you've bought 5 products, and the price of 5 products coming out to be say around 2500. So you'll find like 2500 being automatically deducted from your wallet or the linked bank account which is there with this account, with your profile. So how this thing is happening? This is again a real example of machine learning, where you do not have to stand in queue, where you do not have to worry about stand in queue and wait for time till your turns come and you make the payment. So it is completely autonomous which is happening. That is completely machine learning. So while you walk into the store, based on your face, or based on facial recognition, it recognizes you and matches you with the customer ID and your bank account. And when you are browsing, when you're picking up the products, based on object detection, it finds out, so this is the product, or this is the variant ID, or this is the product variant which you are putting into your cart, or just like you put it in a e-commerce website, put it at them in their cart, and when you are just walking out, that means your this is the final products which you have procured, and your bill will be prepared based on those products, and it will get automatically deducted. Let's talk about one more interesting thing, which is coming of age, the self-driven cars. So how these self-driven cars is working? So this is again part of machine learning which is going on. Machine learning, how machine learning, how it learns. The machine learns is, it's a program which has learned by based on different traffic conditions, based on different use cases. Like if there is any vehicle on the left side, you have to take the right. If there is left and right car, you take the straight. So these kind of things which when you're riding, so this is like when you're taking the left turn or right turn. So these are some of the things which the program has learned. Whenever it makes mistakes, it tries to store again, relearn it, and improve the process. So that's all about machine learning. By having self-driven cars, it will be a very huge benefit. Like suppose you book a cab, okay, and you just set the destination. You see, like the cab is coming to your pickup point. It will pick up you. It will pick you up, and it will drop to you the desired destination based on the shortest route or the best route which is possible. So there are huge number of cases where machine learning is used, and because of the self-driven cars, you can see the number of accidents which happen will get reduced, because if everything is self-driven, there won't be people will be in a hurry, there won't be loss of rules or something like that, and you'll have a very safe driving conditions in the roads. Okay, so one more use case of machine learning is the delivery of packages using these drones. So what Amazon is trying is, like for example, you order a package, and from the warehouse a drone is delivering this package to your doorstep. Okay, so this is again a complete autonomous which is happening, where there is no any delivery guy or the supply chain. It's going to get reduced the cost and also manpower, and which is completely done autonomously. So that is again part of machine learning, which goes into a huge number of use cases which you can think about using machine learning. If you are exploring your mobile, you'll find so many use cases of machine learning. Be it like if you have your smartphone of Apple, then you will have, it has got a the health app which will gives you what are the number of steps that you are taking, and it will just get you comparative with what the previous month you have taken, how many steps, or the previous year what were your steps, and how based on present to the past, how many number of steps you are taking, more or less. So these are some of the stats you are going to get. So how do you think this is happening? So this is again part of machine learning. Or like for example, when you are wanting to share any other pictures, you'll find like the most recent contacts, or the people you have talked more is coming up in your list. So how that is coming? Again, this is part of machine learning which is going on at the background. So that is the reason your mobile has become a smartphone, because it has got huge number of machine learning programs which are working, and you can just think of anything, and machine learning is always there with a definite solution which will make your life easier. Okay, we have talked about machine learning, we have known what is a data scientist. We should also understand what is this data science. So a person who is working on these machine learning concepts is known as a data scientist. But data science as a whole is a very huge thing. Data science, it means a full stack development. Okay, it starts with how your data is being architectured, or how your data is being stored, and that comes like about when I talk about big data architecture like Hadoop and Hive. Then next comes is how you are creating or storing your data, you're creating the warehouse for this data. That is again data warehousing concepts and all. Next thing, your data is become ready for analysis. Okay, so you are doing the pre-processing and data cleaning part. So that is part of data engineering that you are doing. exploratory data analysis or descriptive statistics, like finding out insights about the data, correlation between different variables, or finding the trend bit in the data. So this is again goes under EDA, or you can say exploratory data analysis. And finally, when your EDA is done, you go into data modeling. And once your data modeling is all about, you are being a program using these data that you are going to have some, you're using some algorithms and building some model out of it. Okay, so once your model is built, you are deploying the model in your application or in your platform. Okay, so and your final job is done. So that is the entire architecture for data science. It starts with big data, where your data is flowing or the transaction level data is coming. Next is when you are warehousing the data. The third thing is when the data is warehoused and ready for analysis, you are doing the cleaning part, transformation part. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do is the exploratory data analysis, or the first level of analysis. Then you are building a model out of it and you're deploying it. So this end to end thing is what a data scientist, or is all about data science, and that's what a data scientist is capable of doing and is expected to do. That is the reason why a data scientist is hugely in demand. And in each of these process, they always have a question, like why this is happening, why this has happened, and why. So each of these steps, they definitely have an answer. So that is why this is the most critical and the most important role for an individual. Okay, so let's talk about, we have spoken about data science. But when we talk about we are talking about AI, or when we are talking about machine learning and deep learning, so there are different things which happen. AI is a bigger umbrella under which machine learning is a part, and under machine learning deep learning is a part. Like when you are building for example a self-driven car, or you are building a facial recognition system, that is part of AI, because it's the whatever analysis that you are doing, it is artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, what you are doing, you are using some machine learning algorithm for the self-driven cars. In machine learning algorithm, what kind of algorithm you are talking about? I am using deep learning. Deep learning is mostly to do with neural networks. Neural networks is it's like just like a human brain. It is a bit complex algorithms which are used, and these algorithms are the most efficient to give you a solution. So as a whole, the core part is deep learning. On top of that is machine learning, and the outer umbrella is artificial intelligence. So that is the truckload which we are going to do. And how the AI is being supported, it is supported by statistics as well as computer science. So these are the two pillars which is supporting AI. Okay, and in our studies and about machine learning, we are going to explore more about deep learning and machine learning algorithms as well. So there are different kind of solutions which we can achieve using machine learning. The two major type of solution are, one is prediction or regression problem, and the other is a classification problem. So in the classification problem, we apart from these two algorithms, apart from these two type of solution, we also have a clustering system. So these are apart from clustering, we have got natural language processing as well. So there are different type of solutions which are available, like regression, reinforcement learning, active learning, transfer learning, natural language processing, computer vision. So this is again which your truck, which is supported by statistics and computer science, and on the truckload is done by AI, is responsible for achieving all these things. As I told you, like you have got two types of solution. If it is you are predicting any number, it is called a regression, and if it is all about predicting categorical variable, it's about classification. Apart from that, we have reinforcement learning. What is reinforcement learning? Reinforcement learning is that type of learning where you build one program and the other program recreates itself. You do not have to do anything out of it. Okay, transfer learning is something you build one model, and the second model will get created based on the learning which I have received from the previous model. Natural language processing is all about textual messages, or all about text. Like for example, I'm talking, so that is natural language processing. Like when I'm collecting data from Facebook or Twitter, so that is natural language processing which I'm doing about. So all these things we are going to talk in detail in our next modules. So these are some of the things which we can achieve using this truckload, using where statistics plays a very core role in deciding which algorithm or which type of analysis you want to do for your business problem. Now we are going to talk about two type of learning. There is two type of learning which are there of machine learning, we can say. So one is supervised learning and the other is unsupervised learning. So when I talk about supervised learning is that learning which is mostly we use in our day-to-day life, or most of our business problem or corporate problem are solved using supervised learning. In supervised learning there are two types of solutions which we can achieve. One is a regression where we are predicting a number, and the other is a classification when we are predicting a category, where I do the tagging or where I do the labeling. Whether it's going, like for example, if I'm talking about e-commerce type of problem, whether this customer is going to be churned or not churned, or whether this loan is going to be a defaulter or not, where yes no is there, or any kind of solution is there, I have tagged that data. So that is all about supervised learning. And unsupervised learning, when there are no tagging done, like I have told, like anything which is yellow in color is a banana, and anything which is green in color is called an orange. So that is all about unsupervised learning, where there is no tagging, but yes, you based on the trend or based on the different characteristics, I will try to understand. Like if it is green in color, I will say it is an apple. If it is yellow in color, I'll say it is a banana. So that's the difference between supervised and unsupervised. One has got a tagging which has to be done, and the other where no tagging is required. That's the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning.